My husband's a professional hockey player and he signed a contract to play in Russia, so come spend a travel day with me. This was the longest travel day of my entire life. It was 48 hours of nonstop travel. I woke up at 5 a.m. and had a 3-hour drive to JFK. I got all checked in for my first flight, which was a 10-hour flight to Istanbul. My dog and I have already flown this exact flight 3 or 4 times before because my husband played in Russia 2 other years already. I'm still not sure how I feel about Turkish Airlines. Luckily, this was one of the newer planes, so the business class seat was actually worth it. The other times that I flew Turkish Airlines, it felt absolutely not worth it for business class because there was no privacy and you had to crawl over the person next to you. This was one of the newer A350 planes and it was really nice. Unfortunately, I didn't get much sleep. I only slept like 2 hours because I'm just a little bit anxious when I'm traveling with my dog. Then we had a 3.5 hour layover at the Istanbul airport, which is honestly one of the best airports in the world. And before we know it, we were boarding our next flight, which was a 4-hour flight from Istanbul to Moscow. We slept pretty much the entire flight, and when we landed in Moscow, we had a car service, so the guy was really nice to help with all my bags. Then we had an hour drive from one airport to the other airport in Moscow. But there's about 7 hours until my next flight, so I got a hotel and we slept a little, had some food, went outside. And before we know it, it was 1 a.m. and we were heading back to the airport check-in. Next up was an 8-hour flight with Aeroflot from Moscow to Vladivostok. This was the last leg of our travel day. There were so many people on this flight, but business class was pretty empty. I got a decent amount of sleep on this flight, maybe 3 hours, but I was also getting really excited and antsy to see my husband. Finally saw Adam and we headed to our apartment, and that was my travel day. Bye!